here yet. We're with Abram, Too Tall Diaz. He's hooking me up with a here. Take this. He's hooking me up with 2 new Q-tips. He's going to show you maybe a couple secrets, maybe just a little bit of how we do it over here, and say hello to him.
How's it going, everybody? Thank you for coming in. Yeah, come this way. What we're going to do, actually changing the tip. It's kind of a complicated process. That the most important thing is, a lot of times it's getting the surface perfectly flat when installing a tip, because when the surfaces aren't flat, that's going to cause that tip to fly right off. So all that time you spend, all that work, putting it on, making sure it's nice and pretty, will be for nothing. So I'm going to show you guys how we do that. We're going to get the tip. The tip's already been removed with a box cutter, but what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to plane it flat with a carbide tool. Spinning. Gonna just come in, removing all. Take a piece of sandpaper, just touch the glue surface. Always important, we don't want to touch the glue surface with our bare hands, because the oils will cause the glue to not adhere properly. Vinyl tape. What I'm going to do right now is I'm actually going to prep the glue surface. I'm going to scuff the bottom with some sandpaper over here. Excellent. Glue, applying glue on the cue surface and on the tip surface. Apply a little pressure for about 10-15 seconds. Just enough to allow the tip to hold, like so. Now we apply pressure with our tailstock and lock it in place. And in about 10 minutes, we'll be ready to trim.
Okay. Abram's also a artistic pool world champion.
Yes, I'm a multiple-time world champion in trick shots, and then also in jump discipline. I'm actually one of the at one point in time I was considered one of the top jump shot makers around, and I also do exhibitions all over the world. So if anybody wants to book me for a corporate event or anything like that, feel free to PM me.
Links in the description, you guys. I already put his link to both of his social medias. Go check him out right now. His Instagram and his Facebook are there. So make sure you guys at least go check it out and hit him up. And we're fixing the Ariacon cue right now. This is my first carbon fiber. So and then he's gonna actually fix my Helmstetter after this. I'm gonna pass my Helmstetter down to my son. That's like a cue from what, the 70s?
Yeah, yeah. My instructor, my original instructor that got me and introduced me to the sport, he had a Helmstetter almost identical to yours. It was one tier higher, and I remember when he bought that cue in the mid to late 70s is when he bought it, and I think he said he paid an arm and a leg back then for it. I think he paid a couple $150 or something like that. For back in that time was the equivalent of buying a $700-800 stick today. Yeah, he said his wife beat him within an inch of his life.
It was worth it, though.
Well, you know, but
It was worth it.
I could tell you, he now lives in the Philippines and he's still playing with that cue to this day. So I guess you could say it worked out.
So yeah, he's got all these machines in here. I don't know what half of this stuff is, but
Oh yeah, I mean, show them around careful with that vacuum, but yeah, I got a 4-axis CNC. It's a 3-axis, but an XYZ, but it also has an A drive. Then of course over here, that's old reliable.
can you explain what these are?
So this is a what's called a taper shaper. This machine in particular, I would use to actually shape the cue to give it that small to big taper, and the same thing with the shafts. It's got a couple taper bars, a router, and everything is pretty much manually done, and I can fine tune with some gauges that are on the side. But I don't get a lot of use out of this machine anymore. I mainly use this machine to cut wrap channels if someone wants a leather wrap in a cue that they order. I mainly use CNC for all the shaping and the tapering process because it's to repair lathes.
We got these 2 lathes right here. These are probably your go-tos.
Yes,
for most of the time.
this one actually I would say is really old reliable. This is the first machine I purchased, and yeah, it's still running like a champ. And then it also has taper bars. I actually built one of my first cues on this lathe. But yeah, and then I kind of went over to this machine. This machine is a lot more accurate than this one. So I use it for other functions, of course, for the carbon fiber shafts. We use I like to use this machine because it's a lot more accurate.
So this is old reliable, super accurate. This is old reliable, but this is new.
This is
new,
the latest and the greatest. A
Okay.
couple of I won't mention the names of the manufacturers, but a couple of the top cue manufacturers use this the company built them the same machine, but theirs is for 8 cues at a time, 4 cues, 8 cues, versus mine is just for 1.
There's secrets in this laboratory, you guys. You're only getting a sneak peek. Did you use this to wrap my Helmstetter?
Yes, I actually used it to get it to spin the wrap channel.
Okay, right
because when you remove the old string, sometimes it's decades of what was underneath that wrap channel before we actually, clean the surface, prep it, put a piece of leather, and see how proud it fits.
Right on. When do you play pool nowadays? You just do exhibitions?
Well, I'll tell you, I've just done exhibitions the past year and a half, because I've actually kind of been retired from the competition side. I've been retired for well over a year.
Yeah, I watched. I was going to say, like a couple of years ago, I saw you. I was watching it live.
Yeah,
over at the Trick Shop Masters or something. Or
oh
whatever.
yeah, that was a couple of years ago, and then my last Worlds was 2024 World Championship. Miss it, so I'm looking to come back this year. There is an event coming up towards the end of the year, which I'm looking to play in.
Where do they hold those at?
All over. I've been everywhere from Europe to China to New York, Vegas. The sport's kind of taking me all over, and I'll be in Vegas, Lord willing, next week.
You go to the BCA? Oh, okay, I'm going out there.
I plan to go to the BCA for at least a few days. Take either Old Reliable or this guy here and offer cue repair to people in town, because they do price gouge you at the tournament sites.
Yeah, I got.
So
man,
I guess you could say I bootleg repair work on the tournament floor.
Yeah, I broke mine at the last BCA, and they got it repaired, and it broke again while I was there, and I was just like, oh well.
Oh, tip popped off.
Yeah.
Well, that unfortunately, that every now and again that does happen, but at least just know with me, if that does happen, you'll get a free replacement.
You hear that? We got a, what is it? A warranty? Is that not a warranty? What is
it?
It
is a warranty. I call it a no fault warranty.
No fault warranty.
Meaning, if the tip pops off, you don't blame me. I don't blame you. You come in, I'll take care of you.
Boom. That's what's up. You don't get that with everyone.
If you come in raising hell, we got a problem.
You won't get that with me. They call him too tall for a reason. I'm not messing with him.
But about another minute, we should be ready to trim.
Right on.
I like to let them sit a little bit longer in the rainy weather, just because the moisture content in the air.
Yeah, we hit rain out of nowhere today. Did you get it pouring down here? Or was
it was pouring, and gosh, I was in Carlsbad and in San Marcos this morning.
Oh, same here.
Just as bad.
Yeah.
It was just as bad all over.
Yeah, I had to drive down. It was pouring until I hit Claremont, and then I made it down to the San Diego airport, and it was nothing. And then it started coming back in just earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty wild.
All right.
If anyone's new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Double tap that screen. We're here with Abram Too Tall Diaz. His link is in the description down below. Make sure you check him out. Instagram and Facebook down there. Come to him for all your cue repair needs. San Diego represent.
All right. Oops. All right, now we're ready to rock and roll. So with carbon fiber, just got to be really careful. We don't want to cut into the carbon, so we're going to trim. The tip's massively oversized. It's about 1.5 times the size of the actual shaft. So we machine it down to size.
What tip are we using right here?
Right now, this is a Kamui Soft Athletic.
Nice.
Meaning it's specifically designed to handle the rigidity of the carbon fiber shafts. All right, let's rock and roll. Coming little by little. And always remember, when cutting, you can always cut more. You can't cut less. You can always cut less. You can't. I messed that up. Meaning, you always want to take off as least material as possible, because you can always go in and cut more. If you cut too much, you can't cut less.
He's just going to be delicate with this. Take his time with it, probably.
It's like a haircut. It's one of the closest things I could even compare it to, because you're trimming, you're shaping, and everybody's got a different style to it.
Well, everyone, I hear from everyone. They send me from North County to come down to this guy.
Appreciate that.
They say he's the best. I've never heard. Anytime I hear someone go get your cue fixed, it's always go to Abram. Go to Abram. I've never heard anyone else.
Appreciate it. I've been doing this. I would have said you were crazy. I wasn't always in the industry. I had, especially here in California, not just San Diego, I wanted to figure out how to make a living in the industry that I love.
Of course, yeah.
I didn't want to be on the road 200 plus days out of the year doing exhibitions. I mean, I got friends that took that route and they were successful at it. But I didn't want to be gone that long. But at the same time, I didn't want to just settle for a regular job. I'm using this razor blade just to get me as close as possible, because right now we're at the point where we don't want to use the cutting tool anymore.
So it's going to the fine detail right now, basically.
So yeah. And the fact that you see the leather ribbon out like that kind of lets you know it's a good, high quality piece of Japanese leather. And there's water. Another important factor when cutting the tip and shaping it, you want to keep it wet.
For the heat?
Because you want to keep that leather cool. If I turn the RPMs up and then just buzz through it, that soft tip now becomes a super hard. Soft tips, super soft tips, they can be a little bit trickier to install. And that's another reason actually why I got into this side of the industry, because I was the real picky customer. Because I was already playing professionally, and stuff needed to be a certain way, and I figured it'd be in my best interest to learn how to do it.
Just do it yourself. You can't blame anyone else, and you can get really, really good at it.
Yeah, and it took a while. I didn't handle anybody else's cue for at least 6 months. And I can only imagine this must be terrifying for a lot of the people wanting to learn now, because when I was learning, you ruin, let's just say, a Predator shaft. That's going to upset me in the hole maybe $300.
Oh, God.
You ruin one of these carbon fiber shafts because the blade slips or it catches. You know, some of these shafts are $700 now. Like,
the times have changed, you guys. The prices are going up.
And then you already know what goes up doesn't come down.
See, not the laws of physics around here.
I was gonna put a nickel radius shape unless you wanted a dime.
I trust you, dude. I don't even know what I use anymore. Nickel's fine. Dimes for like a good player, right?
No. If the diameter of the shaft was like in the 11 range, then was more narrow, then I would say go even rounder. But at that point, we're now I can start the actual polishing process of the leather.
This is going to the World Finals, you guys. This is what I'm playing with. So if I lose, I'll blame Abram.
Oh gosh, don't tell me that. Now, here's some humor for you. A real famous player years ago came for a tip replacement. I'll say his name. His name was John Schmidt. He set for years. He had the street pool record with 606 balls ran.
Jeez.
On a diamond table. Came in for a tip, installed it. He hit some balls with it, took off, and I guess I knew he had told me that he was playing some important match that night. I forgot where exactly. I'm not sure if it was which pool hall it was here in San Diego. Well, I guess they all decided, a lot of the guys decided to mess with me and say that John's tip popped off during the crucial part of the money match.
Not true, right?
And he was, oh, of course it wasn't true.
Oh. That's how you know you have good friends.
They called me. They're like, hey, John's tip just popped off and he's looking for you. I'm like, shut up.
Well, he must have won then if they were willing to joke like that. Straight pool record. You guys realize what straight pool is? That's he hit the 600 over 600 balls consecutively without missing a shot. 600. Over 600.
Without missing shots.
What's the record nowadays? It's in the 700s, right?
Yes, it's held by Jason Shaw.
Oh, Jason Shaw, the Eagle Eye.
Yes, and it's definitely in the 700. There we go. Definitely in the 700 range. Where's the finer? Ink to burnish. And this isn't nail polish, by the way.
We're painting nails here, you guys. You sealing the gap there?
What this does is actually makes the outside of the leather hard.
Okay.
So that it keeps it from mushrooming.
Oh yeah, okay.
And then it also kind of acts as like a sealant. Like I like to put it on the ferrule, even though these are black, so it's harder to tell when there's scratches on them.
Oh, right on, dude.
But the carbon fiber, the base of the carbon fiber, depending on how people chalk, sometimes it'll get a ring, and I just tell people, be careful, be mindful of how you chalk, because the way someone chalks will cause more damage to a pool cue than people know.
Uh-oh, that's something I might have to learn then.
Well, the reason is I don't have a piece out, but a cube of chalk should never have a hole, a deep hole through it.
See.
Actually, yeah, okay. So this isn't too bad. You don't want to let it get deeper than this.
Okay.
And what you want to do is people make the mistake of doing this.
Yeah.
You actually want to
Oh yeah, okay.
brush it.
Mm-hmm.
Basically. And what'll happen is it'll wear more flat.
Got it. I see exactly what
so
you're
what
saying
happens is, because the chalk, essentially, it's just 2,000 grit sandpaper.
Yeah.
So
I should be utilizing these corners to
utilize those corners. You know, there's a lot of
moderators. Is quality good? Or do I need to refresh or anything? Let me know. Audio. Watching the master do his work.
and we're pretty much done here. We're just gonna, I like to take a little sanding block.
All good. Thank you, K-Dog.
And you are all set.
All right, you guys, this is my playing cue for Vegas. My first carbon fiber competition ever. Been using a wood cue pretty much my whole life. Yep. Look at that. Perfect. Can't get more perfect than that. So how long do I have to wait before it's playable?
Usually people start hitting balls with them right away.
Oh, really? Okay.
Usually, if it's a break, like if we were changing out a break tip, I would say wait a couple hours.
Oh, okay.
You know, but for the most part, you're ready to rock and roll. When do you leave for Vegas?
I think Tuesday or something. I'm not gonna.
Oh,
I might just get a couple of practice sessions
no
in.
problem. But
All
then
right.
any questions, issues, concerns, please don't hesitate.
Okay. Got on the Helmstetter.
Oh yeah, let's prep that one. The Helmstetter, we're actually using. We're going to be putting on Tiger Everest. Real solid medium press tip, layered tip. Uses a boar hide. Here we're gonna do a little quick prep. Pull a little painter's tape so that the jaws of the machine don't catch it, because that's another thing. And we're finding a collet that's gonna allow it to fit. This looks like a good fit. We're gonna go with that one.
This one I wore down to all the way to the ferrule almost.
Almost, yeah. Still not too bad though.
I'm going to be passing this one down to my son. It's just my backup cue in case I need one. But we're still going to get it fixed up, and hopefully one day my son will play with it.
What I'm going to do is I'm just going to take some of the old sandpaper that I used to buff your last tip, and I'm just kind of knocking some of the old chalk off. Interesting. All right. People want to know the grit I'm using for the glue prepping. It's 120 grit. Because some people do their tips by hand. I don't recommend it, but I can tell you here in San Diego, we're very spoiled. There's players that I personally know that don't live within 1,000 miles of anybody that has a lathe.
Really?
Yep, or even in a city like I'll give you an example. Like if you lived in Houston, like Houston, Texas, that's a big city. To get tip work done, it's an undertaking. You're either driving 4 hours to Dallas, or you're making an appointment to go across town to see the guy, and I can only imagine that he's pretty busy.
That's crazy, because I imagine a lot of people. I've seen people. I don't remember who, but I know that there's a lot of lathes around here.
Yeah. So so whenever I travel I do pop-ups also all over the country as well. So whenever I go to Houston, I do really well because word gets out that the repair guy's in town.
Yeah.
And so, or like I'll go to LA for an international billiards, 3-cushion billiards tournament. What happens there is some of the guys that come from Argentina, Chile,
They've heard of you.
Yeah, because they'll follow me on social media. They know I do repair work. The room owner will announce on the flyer that I'll be there for the 2 or 3 days offering repair work. And when the guys come, they'll keep me pretty busy because, like, if you're coming from Brazil to play this international tournament, a lot of times your pops or your friend, hey, let me take my shaft with you and have them put a Kamui soft or a medium on it.
Yeah, I got you.
Or, hey, take my cues with you. Have them service all of them, you know,
Yeah, they
because
come
they
up
may
with
not
2
get
cases.
another. No, yeah, and it's not no joke because it won't. They may not come back up this way for 2 years.
Yeah.
You know, or a year and a half, or like even at the BCA we're going next week. Yeah, those repair guys are busy nonstop because they know that a lot of the people playing in those tournaments, because of where they're geographically located, they only get their stuff worked on once a year at the BCA. Or
Sounds like me. But that's awesome. That means good business for you.
yeah,
It means you're busy when you're out there. So he will likely, we'll say, what do we say, 50-50 chance you're going to be out at the BCA tournament that we're at?
yes, I plan to be there at least for a few days. Hopefully, from like I plan to leave either get there the 20th or the 21st,
Okay.
and then stay through the end of it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I'll be there
It's like a week, yeah.
5 days.
Okay,
5 days,
right
4 days. You know,
Do you have a booth?
so I give the location. You get me, call, text, drop off at the Westgate, or I give them the location of the house I'm at, of the Airbnb.
Oh, got it. Okay, cool.
And tip work, except on a day like today where it's rainy, tip work for the most part, per tip, I can get you in and out in like 15-20 minutes. On rainy days, I like to let the stuff sit a little bit longer. So people just make an appointment when in Vegas, and yeah, they'll get their stuff worked on, and it's heavily discounted from what you pay on the tournament floor.
Yeah, going to the I can attest to that. Going to the tournament floor, it wasn't the best work I've had done. It actually, my tip broke off when I was there after I got it fixed, and I paid like, what do they say, a tooth and a nail, or I don't know.
Yeah, arm and a leg.
An arm and a leg, a tooth and a nail. I don't know, whatever you call it. I paid a lot over there. So get your work done by Abram when you're out there. Are you going to be at the tournament at Westgate at all? You're going to swing by?
Oh yeah, I'm usually there the majority of the time, because all the work I like to knock it out, and I go to the tournament floor to solicit the business. So I'm there as much as I can, and if I'm not there, it's because I'm at my workplace, knocking it out.
Yeah, he was going to come pick up the cue from me because I live in North County.
Yes,
he
actually.
He did a drive up there this morning and picked up and dropped off a whole bunch, but I was coming down here anyway, so I decided to meet the man in his shop and kind of.
And then another thing also is, if you don't want to make the drive, because I understand it is far. I am the guy that's behind the repair work at West State Billiards San Marcos. So if you do drop your stuff off there, I do make weekly trips. So I am the one that would be doing the work. And they have you can call them for pricing on whatever tip you want.
That's West State Billiards up in San Marcos.
State Billiards up in
Shout
San
out
Marcos.
Vicky Bliss.
Yes, Vicky is awesome.
So we're still waiting for this to dry a little bit.
Just a couple more minutes. Everything, the wood stuff is a little bit, not going to say easier, but and I'm not even going to say less care, but the materials are always a lot different, and the vinyl tape isn't always necessary because it doesn't. A lot of these carbon fibers are essentially like ferruleless.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like yours, like it has a black ferrule, and like it has like a blackish grayish disc on it. And that's pretty much it.
What are you working on most nowadays, percentage wise? Would you say wood or carbon fiber? Because I know a lot of people only play wood too.
Honestly, it's split. It's still split, and it also goes by. I don't want to say it's a fad, but there's times when wood's hard. Wood shafts, certain Predator, Q-Tech, and Jacoby, certain wood shafts you can't get, but carbon's available. And then there's times when wood's available, but you can't get a carbon shaft.
What do you play with? I
play with wood.
Oh, well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen.
I do have a carbon, but I do play with wood, and the reality is it's because I'm a cue maker. And not that there's anything against carbon, but the truth is you just got to decide as a player what you want. Play with both, try both, but the wood, the natural material, is going to offer you specific feedback that the man-made manipulated shaft can't in a carbon fiber. But then again, the carbon is going to deliver a certain rate of power and feedback that the wood shaft can't match. It's just a matter of what you choose to play with. But regardless of what piece of equipment you go with, try before you buy. That's our biggest problem as players, is that we don't try before we buy. And when I mean by try it, I don't mean by your buddy has it. Hey, can I hit a couple balls with it? No. Can I try it? Let me borrow this thing for at least a half hour or an hour.
Shoot 100 balls.
Yes, and really, because one or two shots, oh, it feels great. Well, yeah, that's the honeymoon stage.
Yeah.
The honeymoon stage may last hours before, or days before you wake up and decide then you can't make a ball. And it's like, oh, why'd I buy this? And they're looking to offload. That's why you see a lot of shafts on the secondary market. People play with them for 2 days and then they say they don't like them. Oh, well, you haven't really tried it.
Yeah. So borrow your friend's cue for not just a few hours. Borrow it for a few days if you can.
At least a few hours. Don't borrow it for a couple shots. Yeah. Basically, that's the worst thing you can do.
Work your draw, your spin.
Even the cues that I build, if you're serious and I get you to hit a ball with one of my cues, you'll want to buy it because they hit good. A lot of the top name brand and homemade crafted cues, they hit like $1 million, and that's for a reason. But
you're talking to a world champion here, you guys. Multiple time
in several different disciplines.
3-cushion billiard, I don't know, but he plays everything.
I play everything, yes, but my main passion is artistic pool.
That's always been what I've been like favored the most as well. I'm not very good at it, but like my style is kind of, extreme spins and jumps and that kind of stuff. I'm not a good player. I just love the art of it.
And that's what it is. It's an art. There's various games. If you want to see the most creative form of the game besides artistic, like the trick one pocket. Some of the craziest shots in all of pool are shot in games of one pocket.
I can't get anyone to play me one pocket in San Diego.
Very few people know how or bother playing it. That's why.
Well, each game, I think, teaches you a specific part of the game that can't be taught anywhere else.
Well, yeah, and then plus it's also where we're geographically located. I mean, we were in Arizona or New York, you'll catch a lot of one-pocket games if you wanted.
Good, that's what I want to see, but Chicago, people just don't have the patience for it.
Same thing. That's why, also Derby City. It ain't about Derby City 8-ball or 10-ball or 9-ball. It's who won Banks, who won Derby one pocket.
I talk to people, most people on my league don't even know what Banks is.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, then again, our league is so new, they didn't even know what BCA rules were. They thought they were just bar players.
Yeah, and then that's another thing. It's us being in America's finest city. Like, we'll take APA, for example, which is the largest one in the country. Here, you go to the 8-ball city championship. Your team makes it to cities for the chance to go to Vegas. You're going up against, I could be off, 50, 60 teams, and I think they send 3 or 4 to Vegas.
Yeah, fully paid, by the
Fully
way.
paid, you know. I remember specifically 2022. Yeah, because it was after things settled down with COVID.
Yeah.
And we started having more tour stops. A place in Virginia hosted us. We had a trick shot tour stop during the APA City Championship.
Oh wow.
In Virginia, like it was like for the APA, like in like Richmond or that area.
Smaller one, I guess you would say.
No, opposite. No, because it's the East Coast and it's not San Diego. No, you're going up against hundreds of teams.
Oh wow.
So here in San Diego, it's not uncommon for someone to go to Vegas more than once.
Okay.
8-ball and 9-ball, both their teams made it. You know,
wow.
they won. You know, I noticed that over there by Saturday evening, as teams are getting eliminated, yeah, I've seen captains and teams their eyes out like their dog just died. Because because some of them they've been shooting. They've been some of these in the Northeast, Connecticut, Virginia, Jersey, New York. Some of them have been shooting league for 10, 15 years, and they've never even made it to cities.
Oh, okay.
Much less, like, for you to compete in cities twice in your lifetime here in San Diego, that's not, you know, versus New York. Very few people have done that, you know.
Really?
You could captain a team in Southington, Connecticut in the Northeast. Your whole goal in life is to captain a team that goes to Vegas.
Yeah.
We don't treat it the same they treat it in other parts of the country.
So what does that say about what does that
We're
say?
spoiled here in San Diego.
We're spoiled, okay. I don't know. I'm not in the pool community. I've never played APA, so I just don't even know. Who'd you say are the best players in the country?
Oh my gosh! If we're talking, I'm gonna get killed.
Oh, you don't have to answer.
No, I will. In the country right now, if we're talking amateur level player,
Yeah.
his name is Keegan Bordeaux. He's out of family billiards in Los Angeles. He's one of my favorites to watch. If we're talking professionally, I'm a big fan of Oscar Dominguez's game. I also like, if we're talking one pocket, I like Tony Chohan.
Oh yeah.
We're talking all around player, I like Fedor. If we're talking for persona, the way they play, I'm gonna butcher his name probably, but his name Clint Catchy.
Oh yeah, his brother's starting to come up too, right?
Yep,
now, huh?
yes, I was gonna mention him too. Again, that's another one that player who plays very well, whose game I admire. And then if we're going females, Jasmine Ocean, Semi Chan, Kelly Fisher. They can go toe to toe with just about anybody in the world, and at the same time,
Seo,
it'd be an injustice for me not to mention SVB. You know,
oh, of course, yeah.
For what?
What about Josh Filler? What's your take on him?
There was a point, yes, there was a brief period in time when he was the most dominant. He still is. I just think a lot of it went to his head initially.
Oh, okay.
But again, I could be wrong. Filler, I've never personally met, so I really shouldn't say anything.
We'll bleep that part out.
No, but and everything. I mean, there's very few players in the industry that I openly don't like.
Yeah.
So for the most part, everybody that knows, I mean, when I bring up names, I usually try to keep it all in a positive
Of course.
mind. But what I didn't agree though, and I'm going to call them both. I will call both out on it. I mean, because they were talking about Fedor and Shane playing these races to 100.
That's wild.
Trying to sell, if you bought all 3 days, it was a $60 pay-per-view package.
Yeah.
Like, who do you think you are, Canelo?
They're trying to do something different,
no,
I think.
Like, now, if you really want to take that route, here's some advice. How about Shane Fedor race to 11? I'll buy it.
Right.
I'll buy it for $9.95.
Yes.
Guess what? It'll all be over in 90 minutes. It'll be settled.
They're selling a 3-day.
They're selling
battle.
a 3-day package, and honestly, what's the score? Oh, 76 to 63. Boring.
Right. They run away with it, and then it's not entertaining.
Press conference, promote it, race to 11, race to 13.
Mm-hmm.
9-ball, 10-ball, 50K in the middle.
There
Get some sponsors.
Mm-hmm.
You'll sell a lot of stream pay-per-view that way. You'll sell a lot of tickets. You'll have venue, and you'll keep the crowd on the edge of their seats during the entire duration.
As far as regions, if you were just to say not any specific person, just regions of who has the best players.
In the country or in the world?
Let's go country, both, but country first. America.
Best players, I think, are out of Texas right now.
Oh, wow. Okay. Right now.
Right now, Texas.
So it's changing always.
And also, there's a reason why, besides the U.S. Open 9-ball, the next big event in the country that you starting to make that recognition, you want to win the Texas Open.
Okay.
So, and that's at Skinny Bob's in Austin. Texas Open, that's
what is that?
Nowhere near as prestigious as like the U.S. Open 9-ball, but
everyone wants it.
It's definitely catching the attention. Like when they pick Mosconi Cup, they also look at that tournament.
Wow.
Here's your Everest tip all installed.
Homesteader.
Yep.
Everest tip right there. That'll get passed down to my son. I hope I don't have to play with this.
Yeah, it's good. So yeah, you'll definitely enjoy that.
All right. Well, that'll do it for us here. I'm Matt, SD Vibes, and this is Abram Diaz. Make sure in the description down below, check out all his links. Check out his Facebook and his Instagram. Artistic Pool Player.
It's at Artistic Pool Player, and then my email also. That's also probably one of my number one forms of people getting a hold of me. It's simple. artisticpoolplayer@gmail.com.
artisticpoolplayer@gmail.com. All right, you guys. Thanks, Abram, and we will see you guys on the next one. Peace.
Peace.